North Yorkshire, United Kingdom. It was autumn. The roads were wet from recent rains, tree leaves scattered across the ground, and a strange stillness filled the air. There were 4 people in the car. Rehan, a 28-year-old British Pakistani with a passion for photography. Jack, a local British guy, Rehan's old friend. Emma, Jack's fiancée, slightly sensitive and always a bit anxious. Lara, Emma's younger sister, who treated everything like a joke. They were on a weekend hiking trip to Ellen Fells, a remote hilly region in northern England where very few people lived. Rehan pulled the car over and checked the GPS. Weird, it's showing the road ahead is closed, but it looks clear to me. Jack shrugged. Yeah, signal gets messed up around here. Just keep going. As soon as they turned left onto a narrow, desolate road, the atmosphere changed. The trees grew denser. Fog started creeping in, and the air smelled of damp earth and metal. Emma peeked out the window and said quietly, "Doesn't this place feel strange to you?" Jack joked, "Just like a movie scene. Next thing you know, some ghost is knocking on the door." Everyone laughed except Rehan. He was silent, staring into the trees.
A few minutes later, an old wooden sign appeared in the distance, rusted, leaning, barely visible through the mist. Rehan slowed the car, and as they got closer, they read the faded writing. "You are now entering Growlock Village, established 1823. There is no way back." Laura chuckled. Well, that's a creepy old joke. But just as they passed the sign, Rehan looked in the rearview mirror. The road behind them was gone. No path, no trees, no sign. Just thick white fog and total silence. Rehan slammed on the brakes. "That's not possible. We literally just passed that sign." Emma's voice trembled. "I want to go back. This place feels wrong." Jack snapped. "It's just fog. It'll clear up soon." Rehan slowly drove forward, and a village emerged from the mist.
Growlock Village, an old English-style town, frozen in time. Every door was wide open. Windows swung slightly, even though there was no breeze. No people, no animals, only a disturbing silence, like the entire town had forgotten how to breathe. They parked the car in front of an old inn, barely visible through the fog. On its moss-colored sign were the words, "The Welcome Rest." As soon as they stepped inside, a rusty bell rang. Ding, ding, ding. Behind the counter stood an elderly woman, maybe in her 70s. She didn't greet them. She just stared and said, "First time here, isn't it?" Rehan responded softly, "We've lost our way. We just want to head back." The old woman gave a faint smile. "Once someone comes here, they can only leave in the silence of night, if they survive."
The inside of the inn felt wrong. Dust covered the floor. Stains marked the faded wallpaper. The furniture looked untouched for years, yet it was perfectly arranged, like someone had just set it up. As if everything, though lifeless, was still in use. Rihan, Jack, Emma, and Laura held their breath. The elderly woman with the deeply wrinkled face spoke slowly. "Rooms are upstairs. Each one has a window, but don't open it. And after nightfall, don't look outside." Emma hesitantly asked, "What about in the morning?" The old woman fell silent and finally whispered, "Not every morning comes for everyone here."
Rihan shut the door to his room. A dusty old bed, a standing mirror in the corner, and a window with heavy curtains drawn. Night had fully set in. The silence outside was thick. But then, footsteps. Wet, slow footsteps. Slap. 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 As if someone was walking barefoot in mud and stopped right outside his window. Rihan mustered courage and peeked through the edge of the curtain. And there, 5 fingers, resting lightly against the glass, tapping slowly. Then a voice. "Open the door. We just want to talk. We have something for you." Rihan stepped back, holding his breath. Elsewhere, in Lara's room, the window creaked open by itself. Lara's eyes snapped open. She felt someone was moving in her room, but she couldn't see anyone. She leaned over and looked under the bed. 2 eyes were staring back at her. By morning, all of them came down from their rooms, pale, shaking. The old woman was sitting exactly where they had last seen her, as if she had never moved. Rihan stepped forward. "We need to leave. Which way is the main road?" She replied flatly, "You can leave if they let you." Jack didn't wait. He jumped into the car. The others followed. They took the straightest road out. But every 500 meters, the road looped back to the same inn, the Welcome Rest. The fog never cleared, and every direction they tried led them right back to the heart of the village. Emma screamed in frustration. "We're going in circles! We can't get out!" Rayon stopped the car. His breathing was heavy. Sweat dripped from his forehead. Lara whispered, "This place, it's alive. It doesn't want us to leave." Before nightfall, they decided to walk through the village again. That's when they saw them. People. They looked human, but something was wrong. Their smiles were too wide, too forced, lifeless. One by one, the villagers stepped forward, surrounding the group silently. A man emerged from the crowd. His name was Mr. Corbin. He said, "You've been called here. Everyone is called eventually. Now you must survive one night." Jack shouted in anger, "We don't belong to anyone! We'll get out!" Corbin smiled calmly. "No one's a prisoner here, but guests never leave." This night was not like any other. The villagers had vanished. Only the sound of wind echoed, like whispers brushing against their ears. The 4 friends returned to their rooms.
As Rihan lay on the bed, he felt the floor beneath him breathing, as if something beneath the inn was waking up. Suddenly, the window creaked open and a voice slithered in. "Rihan, you hid it, didn't you? You heard death calling once and ignored it. Will you answer now?" Rihan froze. He tried to scream, but no sound came out. Emma found herself in a dream, back in her childhood home. She stood in the old hallway. There was a knock at the door, the same door she had once closed, leaving her mother outside forever. A wet, cold voice whispered behind it. "Open the door, Emma. I'm still here, still the same, just a bit wetter, a bit colder." She tried to run, but the house began to tremble. In Laura's room, the curtains floated as if underwater. She looked at the mirror and saw herself, but without eyes. The reflection spoke. "I'm what you buried inside, and I'll stay with you until I look into your eyes through yours." Laura screamed and shattered the mirror, but the reflection remained. It started pulling itself out of the broken glass. Jack didn't scream, didn't cry, didn't wake, because by morning, he was no longer there. In the morning, Emma, Rihan, and Laura came downstairs, but Jack was gone. The old woman sat behind the counter, smiling deeply, but her eyes remained lifeless. Rihan demanded, "Where is Jack? He wasn't in his room." The woman opened an ancient drawer. Inside was a rusty key, stained with something dark. Some doors open only once, and only for the one who chooses to walk through them. Emma trembled. "What does that mean? Where did he go?" The woman whispered. "His past called him home."
Rehan had had enough. He declared, "We're leaving, no matter what. This village won't keep us here." The old woman said nothing. Instead, she walked to a wall behind the counter and revealed a hidden wooden hatch. It led to a stone staircase descending into darkness. "This door may take you out, or it may make you a part of this village forever." The three looked at each other, then stepped inside. A narrow tunnel awaited them, the walls dripped with moisture. The air smelled of wet soil and blood. Dozens of passageways branched off, and above each one something was carved. The one who hides dies. The one who tells the truth survives. But the price of truth is always paid in blood.
The moment they stepped into the basement tunnel, the air changed. It wasn't just darkness. It was living darkness. Every wall seemed to breathe. Something whispered in a language not spoken, but felt deep in the mind. Sharvelti. Sharvelti. Rehan turned his head sharply. "Did you hear that?" Emma's voice trembled. "It's not even a real language. It's like it's crawling inside my brain." Suddenly, Laura stopped walking. She looked up at the wall behind them. Carved names etched deep into the stone.
Eliza Carter, 1937, Thomas Hale, 1972, and Farouk Khan, 1994. And freshly scratched beneath them, Jack Reynolds, 2025. Laura's eyes widened. That's Jack's name. Rayhan reached out and touched the stone. It was warm, beating faintly, like something alive inside.
At the end of the tunnel was a wide hall, empty except for a single chair. And on that chair sat Jack. Emma rushed forward. "Jack, we've been looking everywhere for you." But Jack didn't speak. Rayhan cautiously stepped closer. He gently placed a hand on Jack's shoulder. Jack's eyes opened, but something else was behind them. A blackness not natural, like the void of night buried inside his gaze. "You've come. You were called. Now you belong here." Laura screamed, "That's not Jack! That's not him!" Jack's body jolted upright. From his spine, long black fingers began to grow. His face morphed, first into Rayhan's, then Emma's, then Laura's. It feeds on your truth, and it thrives on your lies.
The three of them ran back toward the tunnel, but the path was gone. No door, no wall, nothing. Emma gasped for breath. "Where are we going? Why doesn't this place end?" Rayhan whispered, "This village, it's not a place. It's a feeling. It lives inside you, in your guilt, in your secrets, in your fear." Suddenly, Laura froze. A door appeared before her. On it, carved in red, "The one you killed will take you." Laura's face went pale. No, that's not possible. I didn't kill anyone." The door creaked open, and inside lay the body of a little girl with Laura's face.
Emma and Rayhan stood facing each other. Only the two of them remained now. Emma whispered, "This could all be a dream, right? We just got lost. Let's just go back." Rayhan didn't answer. Then he said, "No, Emma. We're here because we hid something. This village, it calls to those who run from the truth, and we've been hiding from ourselves." Rayhan and Emma had emerged from the tunnel, but the village that now stood before them was no longer the same. Faces had begun to form on the trees. Doors of the empty houses creaked open, slowly, one by one. And above them, in a sky devoid of light, a black sun had arisen. Emma whispered, "This place, it's alive now. It wants to consume us." Rayhan replied, "We need to learn the language of this village. That's the only thing that can stop it." The old woman appeared again, but her eyes were gone. Just two dark holes leading into endless blackness. She spoke. "You've spoken your truth. You've seen the village. Now only one door remains. The final door." Rayhan and Emma stepped into a crumbling old house, its walls covered with faded inscriptions. "We didn't call them,
But they came because they were hiding from themselves. At the center of the room stood a door, black, rust-covered, breathing. Before it, on the ground, was an old wooden box. Inside were only 3 things: a photograph of Rayhan's mother, Emma's childhood diary, and a folded note that read, "Will you accept the truth or become part of the village?" The old woman whispered, "A door opens only when another one is closed. One stays, one leaves." Rayhan turned to Emma. "You go. I'll stay." Tears streamed down Emma's cheeks. "No, we're leaving together." But the door was opening for only one. Rayhan gently pushed Emma through it, and it slammed shut behind her. Emma woke up. She was lying in an open field. A road ran nearby. A car passed in the distance. She screamed. She cried. She collapsed on the grass. She had survived. But when she turned around, through the mist, the inn stood once more. And from its window, a face was watching her. Rayhan.